standing outside in the morning, waiting for your bus to come, and your friends start ripping on you about the clothes you're wearing. This is an everyday thing that happens in South Park. Today I'm going to talk to you about Trey Parker and Matt Stone together. The first time I watched South Park, I laughed hysterically. The way the characters were almost more familiar than any actors I see on television. It made me watch every single episode that they ever made. And after a few times, I started to notice that things in my everyday life seemed to become funnier every day. When I would see someone doing something, I was astonished to notice that the first thing that I was reminded of was South Park. Today, I'll tell you a little bit more about Trey Parker and Matt Stone and where they kind of got started. Trey Parker and Matt Stone first met at the University of Boulder, Colorado. They were both attending film school there. In 1992, they made a cartoon for some friends. It became a viral video on the internet. It was called Jesus versus Frosty. It was so funny that the people that they made it for got spread around a lot, and they got asked to do the characters for South Park. It was the same characters that were in South Park, so they were asked to turn that into a show. But before they did that, they actually, in 1993, they collaborated their first film together, which was called Cannibal the Musical. It was about a man leading a group of people through to Colorado in search of gold. And during that travel, they kind of got lost and they ate each other. And this is actually a true story that they turned into a musical, and it was actually kind of a horrible movie, but it was kind of funny at the same time because it was Trey Parker and Matt Stone, as they tend to act in their movies. Then in 1996, they released another movie called Orgasmo, and that movie was pretty funny as well. It started to get a lot better from that point. Then they released another movie in, in 1997, they aired their first episode of South Park. South Park went on for 15 years now, has gone on for 15 years, and they just released their last episode this last week. In 1998, they made Basketball, which is a movie about two bums basically living at home that were jealous of everybody else's professional athlete abilities and came up with their own type of game in their driveway and turned it into a worldwide sport that everybody who was anybody could do. And then in 1999, they released South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut, which was the first movie that involved all the South Park characters. That movie had a lot of different real people in the world today. One of those people being Saddam Hussein, and they portrayed him kind of as a fairy type character that it wasn't really so much him as much as it was about kind of ripping on him. And they actually really hoped that he got to see his movie before he died. They wanted him to see that. In 2001, they released a show that wasn't quite as successful, and it was kind of hard to follow. It was called That's My Bush, and it was kind of based upon George Bush's life. Then in, let's see, I kind of skipped one around there. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, in 2004, they released Team America. In that movie, it was a group of people that were basically acting as world police, and they wanted to kind of depict one of the dictators in our world today, Jong Il Kim, and they actually sent him a copy of the movie, hoping that he would get to see it, so that they would know how much they enjoyed ripping on him. In the last 15 years, South Park has made over 200 episodes, and every single one of them is hilarious. I highly recommend watching them. They take characters from everyday life. Most of them we all know, either actors or political figures, and they pointed out all the different things that stand out, that we see in TV about these people that make us kind of look at life and say, hey, man, that's stupid. We should learn something from this. And my main thesis here was that Trey Parker and Matt Stone have brought a light upon all influences around us and shown us that it is far better to think for yourself rather to emulate the actors and political figures we try to use to influence and be more like them. One of my favorite quotes was from Matt Stone about all the shows and stuff that they've done, especially on South Park, was most people are pretty cool, even celebrities. Most people have a sense of humor. Most people we meet who we've done on the show like it.